I have one critique, and I feel like if you've watched my videos before, you're gonna know what this is. Hi, my name is Hannah. Welcome back to our channel. We are back with another reaction. Super fun video today. We are checking out the choreography for AND2BLE's debut title track, Curious. Now, I did say in a lot of videos that they were going to be in the Studio Team special with CB1 as a little reunion. Yuha heard that. They heard it in the past and decided, yeah, they're not going to be on Studio Team. So I had to pivot, so now they're just gonna get their own video. So Yuha got whatever they wanted, I guess. That being said, we are checking out the 1K performance video, so we can still see the choreography. I'm so pumped to see this. I have loved the title track so much, and I've been ready to see the choreography. I yelled about it in the MV reaction, so I'm definitely super excited for this today. I did check out both the MV and the mini album. So if you want to check any of those out, those are already out. But today we are focusing on the choreography. There will be pausing in this video a lot of yapping to come. If that is not something you like, that is perfectly fine. To each their own. This is not the video for you. You can go check out my title track music video reaction. That doesn't have any pausing in it. Another disclaimer, nothing I say in this video is an attack on anyone in this group or any other group. Everything I say is my opinion. Art and dance is subjective. Just because I like something doesn't mean you have to like it, and vice versa. Everything I say is based off of what I was taught, my training, my experience as a dancer. I do have a degree in dance, so that is where all of this knowledge and commentary comes from. That being said, I'm super excited to get into this. Before we get started, make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on post notifications. Let's not waste any more time and get right on into the video. Okay, so I have the video pulled up in front of me right now. I'm super excited to get started. Last chance, if you don't like pausing, now's the time probably to go because it's here. It's coming. AND2BLE Curious 1K performance starting now. Hello. There we go. Ooh, that eyebrow slit. Ooh. I'm curious to see what this is like. Ooh! Stop. Sorry, I know I'm already pausing. I also, forewarning, have already filmed 2 dance commentary videos. Well, I guess 1 video, but 2 videos. Yeah, so my brain's already fried, so we're gonna see how this goes. This is insane. An insane way to start. This is so good. I'm sorry. I love that we get the first initial bass is really hard, but then it kind of like loosens a little bit. You get the kind of like softness comes out of it after the sharpness. It's so good. I talked about this in the last video I just filmed, so I have to remember, I have to reiterate now. I say this a lot in every single video because it's a part of literally everything. Contrast creates focus. So having the contrast of the really hard hit and then the softness coming out of it really makes that hard hit really hit more impactful and makes the softness feel that much softer because you have the contrast of the two right next to each other. And that's going to be something that I can guarantee comes up later in this choreography. So keep that up here. This intro is so good. It's stupid. I also love these outfits. Was this filmed on like someone's eyeballs? The camera quality is so good. Sorry. I love how much they are leaning into the really strong bass that's in this. It's so apparent, so aggressive in the mix, and the choreography is matching it, so it's standing out that much more. It's so good, especially this next thing that they get into when the vocal comes in and it's a little softer and they lean into it and they do this like soft textured thing. Again, it's already back. Contrast creates focus. It's so good. This is already incredible. I know we're building, I'm sorry. But the slow motion, the out and out as we're building, it draws that tension and it really starts building it and building it and building it and building it and building it. And a big part of choreography is the build and release of tension. And in order to release the tension and get the payoff of the tension, you have to build the tension first, and that's what this is doing. It's building that tension, you're getting those slow motion, it's matching the vocal that's really dragging out this last part of the pre-chorus, and it's dragging out the last part of this choreography before you get into the chorus. So it's building that tension, so that way there's something to be released when the chorus actually finally hits. So Okay. Sorry. I know I'm pausing at terrible times. I'm aware. You don't need to tell me. I love this hand up because not only does it hit hard, but it has a reverb in it. It doesn't just hit and stop moving. It hits and then it kind of settles and has like a reverb in it. And it's so good because it's mirroring the same thing that the instrumental is doing. Will I ever get through this? Ricky looks so good. Ooh. Okay. Multiple things. I really like this part where they come down and then go click, click, back up, I think. Something like that. I love that part because you have the big expansion, the resistance that really opens, more leaning into a gooey texture opposed to like a hard hitting staccato texture. And it's so good because they're really resisting and then it's coming back and they're actually like using their spine. It's not just like they're actually going duh. They're really using those like little tiny parts, and a lot of where you can separate a great dancer from a good dancer is how they use their torso. So like your like shoulders to your hips, because it's really easy to do limbs and a head, but unlocking this and the textures that you can create from breaking the like lines that exist within your body is where that like texture and like the sauce and the individuality comes in. So seeing the use of like even just the shoulders is so nice, and it adds just a little bit extra to an already good movement to elevate it even further. I also noticed they are very intentional with the shots that they're using. This isn't dance related. Well, it is kind of dance related. So you can choreograph to camera direction. A lot of the times this is what's best for anything that just exists in digital media. So dance films, that kind of thing. You choreograph it to a camera because how a camera perceives things is very different than how an audience perceives things on a very big stage. So you can get away with very minuscule, small little movements because you're in a camera, it'll pick it up a little bit more, versus if I did this on a big stage with thousands of people, you'd be like, is she even doing anything? So there's that element of things, but there's also the idea of taking choreography that already exists and finding the little parts where like, oh, you can make a really interesting camera angle there because you're already turning and looking this direction. What if we put a camera right there? What would it look like? What would it do to the choreography? Because it's going to change the choreography depending on the angle that you're seeing it from. The movement will look and appear different. So they're being very intentional with where they're placing the camera in a lot of these shots, and it makes it really dynamically interesting film-wise. So I'd be interested to see kind of what everything looks like on a very flat surface. I love that this first part of the da-da-dums coming in, that it's a more simple movement because it's the simple stuff that really can get stuck in your head because it's so easy for your brain to latch onto it. So in the same way that like the na-na-nas, the da-da-das, the la-la-las, and songs get stuck in your head really easily, the more simple movements as well are what can stick out and what your brain remembers easily. So matching a more simple movement, it's not uber simple, but it is simple in a way with the footwork, the da-da-da-da-da-da-da. This is basically just a bunch of padres. Matching that with the da-da-das in the song takes a very catchy sound and a very catchy movement and mirrors them together, and that kind of is what creates the really almost like the point choreography. I don't know if they would consider it that, but it's the choreography that is easily memorable. Not necessarily the most intricate, not necessarily the most complex and difficult, but it is something that sticks out a lot. So especially because you have the footwork and the padres, but then you switch into a more intricate arm section after, so you get the contrast of something more simple and something more intricate. Makes the more simple stuff look more simple and more intricate stuff look more intricate. So it really highlights the benefits of those two things by having them so close together. Okay. I really like actually that we simplify this choreo down. Wow, they're all mogging each other. That's crazy. The part where Ruben comes forward and it's basically just like a lazy kind of walk forward. What it does is it sets you up for the next section. We saw a glimpse of it, but I can bet, I'll confirm or deny, having this very simple turn-on stuff gives a breather not only for them but for the viewer. Because if they're exhausted and going 110% the entire way through, that's going to exhaust the viewer. Our attention spans right now are just not equipped to handle that. So you have to find moments to tone things down and let the movement breathe. And that's what this is. What it also does is it sets you up for, okay, we've come back down to zero. Now we can start building back to another place. Because you build and you build and you build and you build and you build to get to this chorus. And you have to drop it back down at some point in order to build again. Otherwise you're stuck at the top and then things start falling really flat. So you have to bring it back down, and that's what this is. It's bringing it back down to ground zero now, so when we move into that next verse we can start building back up to that second chorus again. These are the angles I was talking about. Ooh, that was a good angle. The switch over to look at Ricky, and then Ricky just pops up. Very unexpected. Ooh, that unfurl reveal for ages is good. I love that they did a partner choreography on the layered vocal that's actually like interactive, because that's what the vocals are doing. They're interacting with each other. They're layered on top of each other. So you're taking the same concept of what's happening in the vocal and you're inputting that into the actual movement choreography itself by having them do this like partner. It's not a mirror because they're doing the opposite, but it's interactive partner work and it's doing the same thing that the song is doing. So it fits really well. It's a really cool visual because you're getting the visual as well as the auditorial effect, and it's very nice. Okay, I really like this section because you get the more intricate stuff and then it really dials back down to zero. So basically you're building, and then you're dropping it back down so you can shoot back up for the next thing. So I like that. I have one critique, and I feel like if you've watched my videos before, you're gonna know what this is. It's the transition into this next formation, the just step to slide into it. It's not as bad as like, okay, I'm gonna walk for an 8 count to my next spot. It's not as bad as that. It could be worse. Because you're already at a minimal spot, you could find something even just a touch more interesting to act as a formation change. It doesn't have to be anything crazy because I know you're going for the lower level in terms of the ebb and flow of a routine. So I get it, but I think it could have been a little bit more, just like a little bit more. There's a lot of walking in this choreography, I'm noticing, so I don't love that. That's just a me thing. My dance teacher was the same way growing up, hated walking transitions. She was always like, you need to have something to do. I hate seeing people walk. So that really rubbed off on me, so I see it a lot. So that's really all I'm about to critique as of right now. Okay. I love that for the first chorus we didn't have the dancers, so it felt very focused on them, and now we have the dancers and the choreography changes for it. I love when you get at least one chorus that's slightly different, because it keeps things interesting. There is an idea of familiarity, but you also want to keep things new and interesting enough to keep the viewer's attention, if you will. So I love when the chorus choreography changes, and it does here. It also changes to fit well with using dancers because you have this moving forward here, and the hands down almost looks like they're Eugen's like controlling the people in front of him, like a horse and carriage, how you have like the reins. He's taking the reins and leading everyone. So I really like that, especially because it hits really hard. It's a little more energy pushing forward, which really fits with this drop into the chorus. And then they get into these body rolls here, the da 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 da. I really like those because they're small and they're minimal, but they are so sat in the pocket and fit so well with that part of the chorus. Like when I think of the choreography in the music video, that's a really big part of what stands out to me. Like I could literally draw a picture for you for that part in the choreography. It is so ingrained in my head, and I love it, and it's so good. It's ridiculous. Especially because it's a texture change away from the like ga-ga like basses that we're hitting into something a little more groovy and gooey, and it's so good. Sorry, my pauses are really bad today. Okay, they're doing a really good job throughout this choreography. It's a lot in the kind of like they do like here, and then they like do like a hand of taking stuff that's a little bit closer to the body and stuff that's a little bit further away from the body, and the contrast of those and pairing them with each other, so that way the expensive stuff feels more expansive, and then when things get tighter and it feels a little bit more like intimate and like closer. I also think this footwork looks really good on a large group of people doing it at the same time. Sometimes a large group of people doing simple movements is so crazy effective because it's everyone doing the exact same thing, which is like doing the exact same thing. It's different when it's something that's a little more simple and more of like a groove that everyone's doing, because that's what people can lean into even if you don't have the kind of knowledge surrounding why certain things work and certain things don't in dance. Everyone can grasp onto a groove because that's the natural bounce and rhythm that exists within most people. So it's something for people to really lean into. So I really like that, and I like that they're doing it with all the dancers. Okay, I'm ready. Sorry, I don't watch that again. I love this first part of the dance break because at first I was like a little unsure. I was like, interesting. But I like how they're manipulating the dancers, and the bulk of the movement that's happening is coming from the dancers. And it's very thrashy. It's almost messy. It's very like raw, very matching the like siren-y kind of sound that's coming in this section. and it's that kind of chaotic energy that's kind of like a little bit all over the place, but still somehow a little bit controlled. That's so good, and I love that. It's just this element of like thrashy, messy, breaking out of a very like formulaic, routine-based idea into something a little bit more rugged, messy is so nice, and that gives a nice switch into the dance break. Eugen's really good at popping and really hitting the beat. When he goes here, ga ga, he really like locks in, and you can see the reverb in his fingers because he's not holding any tension in his hands, so you can see them move by proxy of the pop happening, and it's so good because you're getting two textures at once, because you're getting the popping texture up here, but you're getting the more fluid, looser texture in the hand. It's so good. I also like how we're getting a little bit more simple stuff. There is a little bit of a break baked within the dance break, because you're having the add-on section where it starts with Eugen. I think it goes backwards. So it's giving a little bit of a breather, but still maintaining the energy level. So I really like that, especially because after that, things get more intricate. They get a little bit harder hitting. So you're prepared for when that dance break escalates a little further, that it doesn't feel like you're already like here and you're going to here. It feels a little bit like it started here, you dip ever so slightly so you can shoot back up. It feels a little less overwhelming, but still you get the payoff from it. You're also leaning into a lot of the beat as opposed to the siren-y sound that's kind of happening in the back. What that also does is it now opens up for transitioning into the final da-da-dums that happen. You can kind of switch the choreography to something a little bit more simple, because you now can get the payoff of dialing it back, and you get a little bit more time to play with the textures in there. So it's a really nice switch from the dance break into that last final melody line. I really like the da 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 da. Sometimes having a movement repeat multiple times works really well because it's building, it's building, it's building, it's building. You're getting the same thing. You're like, okay, when is it going to change? When is it going to change? When is it going to change? And that's exactly what this is doing, especially because the pickup on it is really nice. We are almost done. I really like the out and around because they really extend the arm and the leg around, and they really close it in tight, which that gives you the speed to really get around in that turn, but it also creates this idea of like, and then just snapping it back in, kind of like if you stretch a rubber band out and you were to like let it go, it stretches and then it immediately snaps back in. It's that same kind of visual. It's so good. That was so good. That was so good. They look good. These outfits are good. Are they in an airport? Because that's what it looks like. That was really good. Wow. Wow. Okay, so that was so good. I loved that. I did have my critiques with it. Most of those are very minimal things, nitpicky things, personal preference things. No big deal there. I still love this. I think this is such a good song. Genuinely, it is addictive. It is so up my alley. I know some people might not like it because it is loud for sure. I like it. I like loud. Blame that on growing up going with monsters and stuff, but that's a different story. My standout is it's Eugen. I mean, for how young he is, he's so incredibly talented. It is ridiculous. and you can really see his like natural gift in it. Not that the others aren't naturally gifted in it, they all are incredible dancers. Like I got to see a lot more of Songyun's dancing in this, I feel like, than I've had to before. Yujin specifically has that little something that's like, that's someone who is born with it, like it's gifted. It's not like, obviously he works hard and he trains and all of that, but there's an element of it that is noticeable. Not everyone notices it. You kind of have to know what you're looking for with it. He has just this natural knack and gift in dance, and you can see it in how he executes movements, how he approaches movements, and that really makes him stand out. Especially when I'm watching these things looking for dance stuff, looking for choreography, he really stands out in that sense. They all are amazing. They are great. They're even more talented than I remember them being. I know that they have great things ahead of them. This is a really solid, really talented group in so many facets, and I just know that they're going to do great things if given the opportunity. Okay, so that is going to be it for this video. Thank you for sitting through my Yap Fest. Hopefully some of it was interesting, made sense, I hope. If you want to check out any of my other AND2BLE reactions, I have the MV reaction as well as the full album listen in the AND2BLE playlist I can link up here for you. I also check out a bunch of other groups on this channel. They each have their own playlist in the playlist tab if you want to check any of those out. Now I also have a playlist called Reactions to Come, which is filled with everything that I'm confirmed to be reacting to that has been released. So if you just see something in that playlist that you want me to watch, drop it down in the comment section below or bottom of my post and let me know. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your post notifications. There is more comebacks coming, more videos coming, so it is important that I have those post notifications turned on. If you want to go follow me on any other social medias, I'll put them both down here. They're also linked in the description of this video as well as on my channel page. So if you want to go follow me over there, I would love to have you. Thank you so much for watching my video and supporting my channel. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next one. These outfits are insane. I know someone mentioned the outfits in the comment section of the MV reaction. Yeah, these outfits are insane. Anyways, sayonara.